morning, everybody. It's Kara here at Sedgwick County Zoo, and this morning we're live with Abbra, and she's got a friend with her. We are in the Australia South America Bird Kitchen, and behind us you're going to see some activity of some diets being prepped. But Abra's going to tell you about the friend that she has with her today.
Hi guys. Oh, he's a little camera shy. This is Bubby. He is our Hyacinth Macaw. He is from South America. I do believe that he used to be endangered, but I think they are now vulnerable. A lot of people see him and they come to the zoo and they say, "Mom, Dad, look, it's the bird from Rio." He unfortunately is not. The bird from Rio is actually called a Spix macaw. Bubby is the largest of all the macaw species. He is also the largest parrot. So it's pretty cool that he gets to hang out with us. We currently have 8 macaw species here at the zoo, which is pretty cool. If you guys come, he'll be pretty much free flight in South America. We're pretty fortunate to have an aviary where you guys can just walk through and get to see everybody here and there, flying around, eating, doing what they naturally do. Bubby can talk, however, he does not. We have another Hyacinth macaw that used to say hello everywhere, that you guys, when you come in, you'd hear this bird say hello, hello, and everybody thought that he was playing Marco Polo. But Bubby is not a talker. Our blue and golds typically tend to be the big talkers. They say like 20 words. Bubby is known as kind of the gentle, quiet giant, so he's pretty cool.
We have a question as to why are they blue?
That is a great question. I said no hard questions. I don't really know why they are blue. You guys know why they're blue back there?
A lot of birds will use their coloration to help them find mates or blend in. This one's an unusual one because it would kind of do a little bit of both. The dark coloration would allow them to stay hidden in the forest and the shaded areas, but that brilliant blue, maybe when they're in a sunny area, would allow them to attract those mates. So it could be that it's just a way for them to help protect themselves and also find buddies in the wild.
And it looks so good.
Yeah.
And it looks so good.
He's
You're
very
right.
handsome.
Does he have a favorite treat?
His favorite things to eat are nuts. He loves almonds and pecans and walnuts. We'll see if he'll eat. Like I said, he's kind of camera shy. Oh, look at that. If you guys are home and you have any pecans or walnuts or almonds, try to crack one of these with your hands. You can't do it, but watch how easy Bubby will do it. Takes him 2 seconds. You guys are lucky. I didn't think he'd really eat on camera. But they do. They eat fruits, nuts, vegetables. Today is Veggie Day. Jason's making those behind us. Veggie Day is all of our parrots' least favorite day. They get,
Probably for a lot of our kids out there too.
Yes, grapes seem to be most parrots' favorite. You see, now I got camera. Grapes are most parrots' favorite. We also give them apples, bananas, oranges, sweet potato, carrots, mango, papaya, corn, cheese.
Cheese?
Yes, they love cheese. Corn's probably their favorite, but
Tell us a little bit about their tongue, because our friends may have seen the tongue in action just now.
yeah, their tongue is basically used like a whole nother finger. And if you can kind of see it up close, it feels like leather if you actually ever got to touch it, but it's pretty neat the way that they use their tongue. He's paused. Freeze. He says no. I'm not going to do it, but it's pretty neat. They use it like a whole nother finger to get the nuts out of the shell. They peel the bananas, the grapes. They'll take the little skin off of peanuts and stuff too with that.
There's a question of, do they have any natural predators?
These guys in particular. I don't know who these guys are. Pretty much
So,
humans.
humans.
I was like, it's all just people going in and cutting down all their trees is their big main factor, and then also trafficking them in the pet trade. A lot of people see these guys and they think, oh, they're so pretty, I want a Hyacinth macaw, or oh, I want a big bird, they're so cool. Horrible. Bad idea. Don't do it. These guys have the mentality of a 2 to 3 year old. So I know you guys are all kind of stuck at home with your brothers and sisters and you're thinking, oh man, how much longer? Well, imagine having them for 60 to 100 years old. I think the oldest Macaw on records is in its 120s, 127 maybe,
So quite a long lifespan.
Yeah.
How old is he?
Bubby is actually 9 years old. So he's still got a long ways to go.
How many hyacinths do we have here at the zoo?
We currently have 5, I believe.
And we've got a couple people that have been asking what their conservation status is. Right now, their conservation status is vulnerable. And again, the pet trade and habitat loss are the main things that are affecting both hyacinth macaws and really all South American parrots. He is 9 years old. Again, he's a hyacinth macaw, and they can live into the hundreds.
He's not even eating the nut anymore. He's just playing with the shell. He's like, I gotta show you the power of my beak.
Well, that brings up a good point. These guys are really smart and they need to be enriched a lot. So what are some of the things you guys do for enrichment to keep them busy?
They do. We give them a lot of paper objects. Like they love phone books. They just shred them apart. Paper cups, pine cones, peanut butter. They love peanut butter seed. Just pretty much anything they can shred to pieces they think is pretty cool.
A couple other questions. One was, do we ever trim their nails? And the funny thing is, right before we went on air, we did a little nail trimming. So yes, we do trim their nails on occasion. Another question is, does he recognize his own name?
I don't think that he really does. A lot of people will hear parrots that actually know their name and think, oh, he knows his name. Doesn't really. He more recognizes us as keepers. So if I say, Bubby, come here, he's more coming to me just because he feels safe with me versus actually knowing his name.
He is full grown.
He is.
How much approximately does he weigh?
I'd say he's about 4 pounds, 4 or 5 pounds.
And a question, somebody's concerned with you, is your arm getting tired?
It is a little tired. Like we said earlier, he is in deep need for a nail trim, so we will be doing that after this because it's more the little holes he's putting in my hand, I guess. It doesn't hurt that bad.
All right, guys, thank you so much for joining us today, and thank you to Abbra and Bubby for being such great sports. And
there's a question of, does he bite? And I think that's important for people
that
to
is
know.
an important question, Abbra.
I would honestly tell you anything with the mouth bites. I have unfortunately been bit by one of these guys, and I do not want to do it again. But see, if this beak is very, very big and very powerful, so I try to stay away from it as much as possible.
We also had a question that just came up about their toes and why they had the 4 toes. And, you know, it's really interesting. Just like we can be right-handed or left-handed, so can parrots. So what we see is they'll use those toes as almost fingers to help them hold on to things like we saw with that seed earlier, and to help them climb up and down.
We'll give you guys another look. We'll see if he'll eat it, just in case you missed it earlier. But he'll use maybe one of his feet to help him. There you go. Yeah, he's using his tongue a little bit to help him. Also his hand and his beak. So there, I was going to say, he's supposed to throw that part away. He'll throw the other part of the shell down and then use his tongue to really get the nut. As you can tell, most of it ended up on the floor.
All right, guys, we're going to go ahead and let Abbra get back to work and let Bubby get his nails trimmed. So thank you so much for joining us today. And remember, even though we're closed, we're caring.